Hello Plannerettes, thank you so much for joining me. Come along with me as I set up my February calendar page in my A5 planner. Let's go. I have moved into my A5 Filofax Good Vibes Organizer, and great news, I've just quickly had a look in the UK, US, and I think also the Australian Filofax website. They are having a big sale on this particular Good Vibes collection, so check the link in the description below because I do have affiliate codes available for non-leather items. If you use Mariane, Mariane 20, so Mariane 20, you will get 20% off on top of the sale item. So isn't that great? So if you like this with all the pretty colors, the stripes, make it happen. Do go check out the link in the description with my affiliate code. I don't know if you saw my last live on Monday where I did a planner flip through of the things that's inside my A5 planner, and I have put together a collection of my all-time favorite planner pages that help with my productivity, with my self-care, with my well-being, making sure that I am taking intentional breaks and really just looking after myself. So I call it the ultimate planner bundle printable download. If you check that link, it talks about all the different planner pages in more details and how you can use it in your own planning system to help balance out your life, both personal, work, and making sure that you are putting the most important person on top of that list, which is you. I do have all the necessary stationery that I have picked out to continue the theme that I'm having, which is sort of reds and pinks, traditional sort of like Valentine's colorways. I have the Wheel of Life goals, so I will go through my goals for February on another live stream or another video, so do make sure to check that out. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do, and do hit that bell because then that's when you'll get notified of when I do upload new videos as well as when I do go on live stream. Now I have set up my February monthly cover page. Now this printable download, on the planner printable you get a dotted blank page. So this one you can actually get as a free printable download when you sign up to my email newsletter, which is free. So all you got to do is sign up. There is a link in the description. So if you are not yet subscribed to my email newsletter, do so, because each and every month I send out a monthly cover page just like this one that you can embellish if and when you do not have the time to start from scratch yourself. So let me show you January. So that was my January monthly cover page. I just did some dots around the empty space colored in each letter block. So it's just a nice little dashboard or cover page to signify that the following pages are for the start of your new month. Now I do have the live that I did to embellish my February monthly cover page using stamp blocks and of course ink. And then also there is a little tip on how you can create this shading when you are doing anything creative in your planner pages. So do make sure you check out when I set up my February monthly cover page. So again, this is a free printable download. If you haven't yet signed up to my newsletter, I highly recommend it because I have quite a few different planner printables that are free. You can get the 35 daily positive affirmations. I also have a free habit tracker. Do check it out. And of course, if you have already signed up, you will get the weekly email newsletter letting you know of new printables, discount codes, or early bird specials. I love freebies. I don't know about you, but I love free printable downloads that I can add into my planner pages. Next is what we're going to set up for today is my February calendar spread. So this planner bundle is a Monday start and it is in A5. However, if you do use other planner size printable, you can still use it, and all you got to do is change the paper size on your printer setting and just print to printable area, and then you can still print it on Happy Planner Classic size as well as letter size planner printable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the hearts, pinks, red theme. I'm going to have the Tombow Jewel brush pen in 772, which is blush. I'm going to also use the Pentel Touch or Sign brush pen. So it's got this cute little brush tip. It is such a fine point. It allows me to have nice thin lines. And then also might as well, I'll probably jot things on my page with my Kuretake Z Clean Color Dot marker. One end has a nice soft spongy end, while the other has a fine tip that you can use to embellish or write down very detailed text or embellishments. The Tombow Fudenosuke brush tip pen, there's two colors, a black barrel and a blue barrel, one soft tip brush while the other is a hard tip. So I'm going to use that to write the dates of the month. I also have a variety of washi tapes in pinks and reds that I'll use to embellish the top or bottom of the spread, and then also the Carpe Diem Bloom sticker pad, because then it's got some nice reds and blacks in there that might be useful to embellish the rest of the calendar spread. Now in the description, like I said, I've got all the details for you. I have also linked a video that I have showing you how you can use 5 different hand lettering style, because I have my go-to headings, but sometimes, you know, if you need to have a little bit of spice to your planner pages, then trying to figure out different hand lettering fonts or heading can be a bit of a challenge. So I have showed in the video how to create these different fonts. So this is my go-to one that I use, using the fine tip point of my zebra mildliner, and then also the fine tip point of markers, creating bubble letters. And then this one, I think this is Tombow Jewel brush pens, and then using a black outline and having it a little bit off center so it looks like a misprint. So I like that one as well. This is using the Kuretake Z Clean Color Dot marker to trace each letter, and then the fine tip I use to outline the edges. But today I think I'm going to be using this font. I'm going to use the brush tip of Tombow Jewel brush pen, the fine tip to outline the edges, and then using a black ink to then make the letter pop onto the page, and then adding the little heart. So I'll show that in action as we go. I'm going to start with this side. This is the Zebra Blend 4+S. So it's got 4 different ink color, black, red, green, and blue. And then the clip itself is the mechanical pencil. So if you push down on it, then that's where the lead starts to come out. I use that as my pencil to help me outline the lettering. So I'm just going to write in block letters, and then I'm going to make sure I leave a little bit of space, because remember, I'm going to outline the outside. So I might take out my reference alphabet, so then that way you can see as well, you can follow along. So I'm going to keep that handy. I'm going to trace the letter and then create a border around it. So I want to make sure I leave enough space to be able to create that border. And already I can see that I'm making it too close to each other. At the top, it has a dotted grid. I might use that to help me. 1, 2, maybe 3 spaces, and then 4. And then so just the normal size of my letters. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. February. 1, 2, 3, 4. February is such a weird month to say, because you have to say February. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got the February. Okay, and then A. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now tell me who feels like January has gone on and on. February. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll probably just leave that maybe for stickers or my washi tape. So now let's go start coloring it in. So as I said, I'm going to use blush Tombow Jewel brush tip, and then I'm going to have the tip of the brush at an angle so then I can get a broad stroke. I'm going to have the Tombow brush pen on the side very slanted so then I can get as much of that brush tip as a broad stroke. So try not to have all the lines too close together, because remember what we're going to do is we're going to use the fine tip to outline the edge. So very, very slowly, not too far out. Okay, so February. And then I'm going to use, now I don't know, I'm going to test it out. Because the ink is still quite wet, let me just check. If I put another very pigmented ink on top, the letter might feather. You know what? I'm going to let it dry. And I don't think I'll use the black. I'll show you which one I'll use. I'll let it dry. I'll go through each and every one, do it methodically, do it in order. So then that way I at least will let the ink of the Tombow dry. February. I'm always worried that I have spelt it incorrectly. February. So that's the brush tip. Now we're going to go around each and every one of them and outline the edge. Sometimes it's very hard to be accurate because normally when I'm doing this not on camera, my head, I am looking down right above it. But if I do that while on camera, all you'll see is the top of my head with my silver hair. And look, it doesn't have to be precise. I know sometimes I myself will go, oh, Marianne, that's not straight or that's wobbly. But look, at the end of the day, when you've done it all together, like the whole heading and all of your lettering, no one will know, and you probably won't notice the imperfections, because it's not so much about the individual. February, does that look right? February, yes it does. Let me see if that looks good once all the pages are together. Nice. Okay, what do we think? Give us a thumbs up. Now to create the little outline on top of it with a cute little heart, I think I'm going to go and use the red of the Pentel touch sign brush pen. Now what I did prior to figuring out all the different colors is I swatched either plain paper or scrap paper. Here I have my grid post-it note. So I swatched the different colored markers and pens that I have to see if the colorways all work well together, because sometimes you might have quite a few different shades of pinks or reds or whatever color you have, and then so swatch it and then see which ones go well. And then what I do when it comes to the washi tape, so I normally start with either washi tape first and then find the coordinating markers to go with it, and then I just do a little swatch to see if it will all look really good together. So if you're like me who's experimenting and trying out different techniques, so those are how I come up with the colors and the markers to go when it comes to embellishing my page. All right, so what was I going to do next? Oh yes, the outline on top of the brush markup. So I think I'm going to use the red, so then that way it continues with the hearts and reds and pinks. So then what you do is, if you didn't erase the pencil marking when you first draft out the letters and the spacing, use the pencil marking as a guide to create the line on top. So now what you're doing here is you're building on top of the lettering, so then it gives it a little bit more dimension, it gives it a little bit more, something a little bit different rather than just one layer of your lettering. So you can use black ink or you can use a coordinating color or opposite color, that in itself you can leave it as is, right? But we're going to embellish it even more, go one step further. So let me finish this one step further and then add cute tiny little hearts. So here's a tip. You can either, of course, just draw hearts. So if you have a nice small brush tip, you can just draw a little heart like that, which is nice and easy. Or if you use the tip at an angle, you can then use it to create like a tiny little petal or teardrop, and then you can have little hearts. So I'm going to try that. I think I'm just for the moment going to do one heart. So the tip that way and then the tip that way. Aw, I like the cutie pie. So that way, that way, that way. Okay, and then just go down each letter. You can leave it at just one heart, or you can do 2 hearts or 3 hearts, depending on the size of your letters. Let's do it at the bottom here. Okay, look, there is our heading. This hand lettering font is one of 5 that I have in a video that I have the link in the description below. Once I've done that, then I'm just going to fill in this page. This is the Hobonichi basic stencil, and I like using the jagged edge to help me cut my washi tapes. So this Simple Stories. So yeah, whatever washi tape you have, this one is part of a Filofax washi tape set. Like I said, check the description because I do have affiliate codes for you. So if you type in Mariane 30, you'll get 30% off their personalization station. Mariane 20 gives you 20% off all other items that are non-leather. And then Mariane 10, if you are eyeing out any of the Filofax leather planners, put Mariane 10 in the description and you can get 10% off. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to probably counterbalance that with some of the skinny washi. So let's have a look when we find the end of it, because there's not enough space to add the normal width washi. So I'm going to layer on 2 skinny washi tapes just so then it balances it out. So if you're like me and have quite a few collection of washi that you keep buying every time you see it at the shops but rarely use them, by embellishing the tops and bottoms of your planner pages, especially if you have a bigger size planner, it's a great way to use up your washi tape. So I'm just going to stack this on one on top of the other. Let me know what's your favorite color. Do you have one? February. And you know what? I might go and take my Kuretake Zig Clean color dot marker because there is quite a bit of space there. And then it sort of like will tie in with the circles of the washi tapes. So I'm just going to dot some dots around the spread, so then that way it continues the theme. And then based on the pressure you apply when you're pressing down on your round sponge tip, so if it's a light one, then it's a small circle, medium size, medium, and then if you do press a little bit harder, then you can create different size dots on your page using the Kuretake Zig Clean color dot marker. Just embellish the middle, embellish the margins, and then because I did use little stamps as part of my monthly cover page, I might go and have a look to see what stamps I can use. So I have this 25 little cute stamp set. Again, it's in my stationery tools idea list in the Amazon storefront. So what I might do is I might use this cute little rose bouquet, and then I'm going to use my VersaCraft Soramame ink pad. I couldn't find these at all in the Amazon storefront, but I think someone on Etsy sells them. So I'm just going to go and stamp a few of these around. So again, to create some embellishments on the page. Quite happy with how this is turning out. out. What do you think? Let me know if you agree with me. I would love for you to hit that like button and make sure that you are saying, yes, Marianne, you're right. That combo does look good. Next, we need to go and put the dates. So for that, I'm going to go and refer back to my stamp. And then I did trial out which stamp that I want. So I'm going to use this cute heart one, because then what I can do is inside is where I can put the different dates. February 1st is on Saturday. I'm going to continue using the red stamp. Let's have a look, make sure it's the right orientation. I'm going to put that there. One. So you can either use stamp. I'm continuing the stamp theme because that's what I did for my cover page. Do I use the red ink or the black ink? Because I used red at the top, let me quickly have a look. I'm just trying to see which one I should do. Will the black stand out too much? There is my black ink. Here we go. One. I think I'm going to use the Tombow brush tip. Okay, yes, I will do that, and then I will see if I made the right choice. And because this also has a very fine tip, then I can write very small. So one. Yay, I did it. I didn't make a mistake writing down the numbers. Okay, look at that. That is looking very nice. See, I get to be so happy. This is part of the reward that I give myself. This is part of my self-care, part of my mindfulness where I'm focusing on the task at hand, giving myself a little bit of me time, a little bit of an intentional break from all the worries and the overwhelms and the anxiety of the normal day-to-day life. So having a little project or embellishing your planner pages or doing whatever hobby it is that you enjoy allows you to have that moment to just slow down, tap onto that creative side of yours. It's a moment to be able to dedicate to yourself. Throughout my own planning journey, what I have discovered for myself was that, hang on, I'm not just planning as a way to get myself organized with my tasks, to-dos, and what's happening for the week, the day, or the month. It was actually a form of self-care, and that's where the message and the value that I give when I am on here on YouTube or Instagram is, don't just use your planning as a productivity tool to note down, what you got to do, who you got to call, the emails you got to send out, the dry cleaning that you got to pick up, your car having to be maintained, kids' school events, blah, all this stuff. But the planning session and the embellishing was a way for me to go, I enjoy this. It brings me joy to see an idea that I had come to fruition and look pretty and look nice. And I know now when I am planning that when I turn the pages of my planner, that I'm going to enjoy it, that it's going to make me smile, it's going to have that enjoyment. And one of the 4 laws, James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, when it comes to having an effective habit and creating lasting, consistent, and efficient habits and routines that matter most to you. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. I have it on a little felt letterboard on my wall, and it helps remind me. So making things pretty, like embellishing, do something that bring you joy. Speaking of stickers bring me joy. So this one I bought, the Carpe Diem Bloom. I think this is my 3rd sticker set because I do love using all the different ones. Because there are quite a few different blank ones there, I'm going to go and get all the reds. Be kind, that's a good one. Be kind. What else? So continuing the pinks and the reds. Never Stop Blooming. I do like that one. Or do I want big plants? Big plants. February, not a lot of days in February. Now I'm going to have to cover one of these stamps at the bottom. Big plans there. Ooh, looking good, looking good. Love, yes, love. Let's put a couple of, look, the black and red theme would go really well together. Let's do a couple of hearts and layer it over here. I am learning on how to use stickers. Before, I would say I'm not good at layering down stickers like a lot of these beautiful accounts that you see that embellish the stickers and their planner page. I never know where to put it down, you know. Changing my dialogue. I am getting better, or I'm experimenting on how I use my stickers. What else? Oh, I like this little planner here. So let's put it on here. Yeah. Now, I've just thought of something. If I do this, will I wreck it? So I'm going to use my Tombow 772 and I'm going to highlight the days of the week. So no, it's not going to ruin it. It's going to add a bit of oomph to my page. And then, hey, if you go beyond over embellish, it's a learning curve, right? Next time I won't do that, because I remembered when I did it on a February calendar spread, I overdid it. Aw, I like that. Let's have a look. Any more? Any more stickers? Oh, I like this. I like this one here. What can we put it? Let's put it up here. Up the top there. Too close to there. I'm going to put it here. There. What do we think? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you got any ideas or inspired to have a look at your own stationery stash, have a look at your own washi collection, what color combos that you can have for your planner page. There is no rule that you have to stick to the traditional colors of whatever theme that you might be wanting to use. Like for February, you can do blues and greens or purples and pinks. Do what feels good, do what feels right, and then do an experiment and see that you might have gone, no, I don't use those colors, but then when you do, it actually does look good. So use your planning time, not just to go and write down all the things that's happening for the week, the month, or the day. Use it to play. Infuse some fun, some creativity, and then add it into your planner. Plan for it. Plan half an hour, plan an hour, and put, you know what, from 6 to 8, I'm going to try my hand at paint by numbers. Whatever it is that's going to bring you joy, put it in your day and use your planner to plan it. Plan ahead. So then that way you are blocking that time, you are blocking that day for you, something that's important, that matters to you, that brings you joy, and then you don't come towards the end of the day or come towards the end of the week or month feeling tired and burnt out because you've just been ticking off all your tasks, all your to-do lists, thinking that, hey, I'm so busy, I must be productive. Being busy and getting stuff done doesn't mean you are always being effective, because you're probably doing a lot of things that matter most to other people. But by putting time for you, like embellishing your February calendar page with Mariane, or going and embellishing the free monthly cover page that she has when you sign up for her newsletter, it helps slow you down. And guess what's at the end? Something joyful, something pretty to look at. And when your planner pages is attractive, you are more likely to use it than not. This is the ultimate planner bundles. There's lots of pages, but it's enough to cover you for the month. Has daily planner pages, your weekly spread, and also your well-being and wellness and mindfulness spread, to have a space dedicated just for the things that you say matter to you. Free monthly cover page when you sign up to my email newsletter. There is my February calendar. I am happy with it. I hope you are too. So I really appreciate you, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye everybody.